What if I told you that the most dangerous object in your life, the one thing that is silently crushing your vitality, strangling your erections, and chemically castrating you, is the very chair you are likely sitting in right now? That comfortable recliner, that familiar office chair, that spot on the sofa where you've watched 1,000 games. You think of it as a place of rest. But for a man over 60, it has become a weapon. With every passing minute you sit, you are actively participating in the slow, mechanical destruction of your own manhood. That feeling of numbness you sometimes get down there, that sense that things are asleep, that your erections are weaker, less reliable, and take forever to arrive, if they arrive at all. That is not just getting older. It is the physical result of your own body weight crushing the life out of the delicate nerves and blood vessels responsible for your sexual function. You are, quite literally, sitting on the power lines, and eventually, the power gets shut off for good. But what if you could reverse the damage? What if there were simple, almost effortless movements you could do, starting today, to reopen those pathways, reawaken those nerves, and restore the powerful blood flow you thought was gone forever? Hello, my name is Dr. Julian Hayes. I am a 71-year-old board-certified urologist. For the last 43 years, I have dedicated my life to helping men navigate the complex and often frightening changes that come with age. I have sat with thousands of men, good men, who came to me feeling broken, ashamed, and invisible. They thought their best days were in the past. They had accepted a life of quiet desperation. And I am here to tell you what I told them. It does not have to be this way. The problem is not your age, it is your chair. Today, I am going to pull back the curtain on the shocking truth about sitting. I will show you, in clear, simple terms, how sitting is mechanically strangling your erections. And, more importantly, I am going to reveal 4 simple science-backed secrets, 4 powerful habits and movements that can begin to undo the damage, restore blood flow, and give you back the confidence and control you deserve. Watch this entire video, and you will have a clear action plan. You will never look at your chair the same way again, and you will have the tools to reclaim the strength that is rightfully yours. To understand why sitting is so devastating, you first need to understand the intricate and delicate plumbing of the male body. Your ability to get and stay hard depends on 2 things and 2 things only: nerves and blood flow. Nerves send the go signal from your brain. Blood flow provides the hydraulic power to make it happen. Sitting attacks both of these systems with brutal efficiency. Let's talk about the nerves first. There is a critical nerve called the pudendal nerve. Think of it as the main power cable to your entire pelvic region. It carries the signals for sensation, arousal, and orgasm to your penis. It is the reason pleasure feels like pleasure. This nerve travels through a very narrow channel in your pelvis called Alcock's canal, and it runs directly through the area you are sitting on. When you sit, especially for more than 20 or 30 minutes at a time, your body weight acts like a vice, compressing this delicate nerve against your own pelvic bones. This is a condition we call pudendal nerve entrapment. At first, the effects are temporary. You might stand up and feel a bit numb, or like things are asleep. But over years of prolonged sitting, this compression becomes chronic. The nerve itself starts to get damaged. The protective sheath around it wears down. The signals become weaker, slower, and more distorted. This is why arousal can start to feel dull. It's why you might lose sensation. It's why you can be looking at the most beautiful woman in the world, the love of your life, and your body just doesn't get the message. The power cable has been frayed. I remember a patient of mine, Robert, a 68-year-old retired truck driver. He spent his entire life behind the wheel. He came to me and said, "Doc, it's not that I can't get hard, it's that I can't feel anything anymore. It's like I'm disconnected from the waist down." Robert wasn't suffering from low testosterone. He was suffering from severe pudendal nerve compression.
Decades of sitting in that driver's seat had slowly crushed the very nerve that allowed him to feel like a man. He thought it was a punishment for getting old. It wasn't. It was a workplace injury that took 40 years to show up. But as terrifying as the nerve damage is, what sitting does to your blood flow is even more immediate and catastrophic. The main arteries that feed blood to your penis, the internal pudendal arteries, run right alongside that nerve. They too get compressed every time you sit. Imagine a garden hose. If you put a heavy stone on it, what happens to the flow of water? It slows to a trickle. Your body weight is that stone. When you sit, you are physically kinking the hose. The amount of blood that can reach your penis is dramatically reduced. But it gets worse. The lack of blood flow creates a state of ischemic hypoxia in the erectile tissues. That's a medical term for a severe lack of oxygen. The smooth muscle tissues inside your penis, the very tissues that fill with blood to create an erection, are literally being starved of oxygen. When this happens day after day, year after year, those tissues begin to die. They get replaced with tough, fibrous scar tissue. This is a condition called fibrosis. The erectile chambers, which were once soft and expandable, become stiff and rigid. They lose their ability to stretch and hold blood. This is why, for many older men, their erections not only become weaker, but they also become smaller. The organ itself is physically changing, becoming less elastic, less capable of the powerful expansion it had in youth. If you are finding this information valuable, please take a moment to comment the word "yes" below, just so I know you're getting this. Thank you for your valuable time. Now, let's continue. I had another patient, a 72-year-old former accountant named Frank, a lovely man who had spent his life in a chair. He came to see me with his wife. He was too embarrassed to speak, so she did. She said, "Doctor, he's trying. I know he is, but it's like there's nothing there. It feels weak. It feels distant." Frank's body was a roadmap of the damage caused by sitting. He had nerve compression, which dulled his sensation. He had vascular compression, which restricted his blood flow. And he had the beginnings of fibrosis, which limited his ability to expand. His mind wanted to, his heart wanted to, but the machinery had been slowly strangled by his chair. This is the silent epidemic facing men over 60. We've become a society of sitters. We sit to work, we sit to eat, we sit to socialize, we sit to relax. And we are paying for it with our vitality, our confidence, and our very sense of self. But I am not here to leave you in a state of fear. I am here to give you a state of power. Because this damage is not a one-way street. The body is a miraculous thing. It wants to heal. You just have to get out of its way. You have to remove the stone from the hose. The 4 secrets I am about to share are designed to do just that. They're simple, they're practical, and they can begin to undo this damage starting today. It's time to turn your living room from a place of decline into a place of restoration. It's time to fight back. Secret number 1, the chair push-up. This is the most important and immediate thing you can do to combat the damage of sitting. It is a simple, discrete movement that directly decompresses the pudendal nerve and artery, forcing a surge of fresh oxygenated blood into the pelvic region. You can do it right now in the chair you're in. Sit tall with your feet flat on the floor. Place your hands firmly on your armrests. Now, press down with your hands and lift your entire bottom off the chair, even just an inch or 2. Hold yourself there for 5 seconds. Feel the pressure completely disappear from your perineum, that sensitive area between your scrotum and anus. After 5 seconds, slowly lower yourself back down.
What you have just done is opened the floodgates. You have taken the stone off the hose. For those 5 seconds, you allowed a powerful wave of blood to flush through those compressed vessels, bringing oxygen and nutrients to tissues that have been starving. I tell my patients to do this at least once every hour they are sitting. Think of it as a reset button for your pelvis. I taught this to Robert, the retired truck driver. He started doing it at every red light. He did it while watching television. He made it a non-negotiable habit. Within a month, he came back to my office and said, "Doc, I can feel my feet again when I stand up, and that's not all I can feel." A flicker of life had returned. The simple act of unweighting that nerve over and over was allowing it to heal. The chair push-up is your first and most powerful weapon. Use it relentlessly. Secret number 2, the 30-30 rule. Habits are more powerful than intentions. This next secret is a simple rule that will fundamentally change your relationship with your chair. The 30-30 rule is this: for every 30 minutes you sit, you must stand for at least 30 seconds. Set a timer on your phone. Use a kitchen timer. Put a sticky note on your computer screen. I don't care how you do it, but you must make this an unbreakable rule. 30 minutes is the approximate amount of time it takes for blood flow to the pelvis to decrease significantly and for the initial stages of nerve compression to set in. By standing up, you break the cycle. You don't have to do anything complicated during that 30 seconds. Just stand, stretch, walk to the kitchen and get a glass of water. Look out the window. The simple act of standing fully extends your hips and pelvis, reversing the cramped, flexed position of sitting. It allows the muscles to lengthen, the nerves to decompress, and the blood to flow freely. Frank, the accountant, adopted this rule religiously. He set a timer on his watch that vibrated every 30 minutes. He said at first it felt annoying, but then he started to notice a change. The stiffness in his hips began to fade. He had more energy in the afternoons. He felt lighter. His body was thanking him for the interruptions. It was thanking him for the release from the constant pressure of the chair. Your chair is not a place of rest. It is a place of stress for your pelvis. Treat it as such. The 30-30 rule is not a suggestion. It is a prescription. Secret number 3, the pelvic reset stretch. After a long day of sitting, your pelvic muscles, especially your hip flexors and glutes, become tight and dormant. This muscular tension pulls your pelvis out of alignment and contributes to the chronic compression of your nerves and arteries. You need a way to reset the system. This one simple stretch, performed once a day, preferably in the evening, can make a profound difference. I call it the pelvic reset. Stand facing a wall about arm's length away. Place your hands on the wall for support. Now, step back with your right foot, keeping your legs straight. Gently press your right heel towards the floor until you feel a stretch in your calf. From here, this is the key. Gently tuck your tailbone under, as if you are trying to point it towards the floor. You should immediately feel a deeper stretch at the front of your right hip. This is your psoas muscle, a major hip flexor that becomes incredibly tight from sitting. Hold this position for 30 seconds. Breathe deeply into your belly. With every exhale, try to relax deeper into the stretch. Do not force it. After 30 seconds, switch legs and repeat on the other side. This does 2 critical things. First, it lengthens the very muscles that are pulling your pelvis into a damaging position. Second, the deep breathing combined with the stretch stimulates the vagus nerve, which shifts your body from a state of stress to a state of relaxation. This is essential for healthy erectile function, which cannot happen in a state of high stress. This is more than a stretch. It is a signal to your entire nervous system that the day is done and it is safe to relax, repair, and restore blood flow. Secret number 4, the cushion prescription. If you must sit for work or for health reasons, you can make one simple change to your environment that will dramatically reduce the damaging pressure on your perineum. You need to change your cushion. Standard flat cushions, or worse, soft sinking sofas, are the enemies of your pelvic health. They allow your pelvic bones to sink, maximizing the pressure on your pudendal nerve and arteries. I prescribe a specific type of cushion for all my male patients over 60. It's called a coccyx cushion or a prostate cushion. These cushions are specially designed with a cutout at the back or a channel down the middle.
This simple design feature is revolutionary. It offloads all the pressure from your perineum. Your entire body weight is supported by your sit bones, the ischial tuberosities, which are designed to bear weight. Your delicate nerves and blood vessels are left floating in the open space, completely free from compression. This is not a gimmick. This is simple physics. By changing the surface on which you sit, you can eliminate the primary cause of the damage. I have had patients with chronic pelvic pain and numbness find relief within days of switching to a coccyx cushion. It is the single best investment you can make for your long-term pelvic health. You can find them easily online or at medical supply stores. Get one for your car, get one for your office chair, get one for your favorite spot on the sofa. Protect your foundation. Your manhood depends on it. You now have the 4 secrets. You have the tools to fight back against the silent damage of your chair. You have a plan. But knowledge without action is useless. The journey from decline to vitality is paved with small, consistent daily choices. It is about choosing to honor your body, choosing to believe that you're worth the effort. And as you move forward, I want you to carry one final thought with you. If you've made it this far, I want to speak to you directly, man to man. We've talked about nerves, blood vessels, and muscles. We've talked about the mechanics of how a chair can slowly, silently steal a man's vitality. But this journey is more than mechanics. It is about reclaiming a part of yourself that you may have thought was gone forever. It is about refusing to accept a lesser version of yourself. The 4 secrets I have shared with you today, the chair push-up, the 30-30 rule, the pelvic reset stretch, and the cushion prescription, these are not just exercises or life hacks. They are acts of self-respect. They are declarations that you are not finished. Imagine a future, just a few weeks from now. Imagine finishing a long drive or a movie and standing up feeling loose, strong, and energized, not stiff, numb, and old. Imagine the quiet confidence of knowing that your chair is no longer your enemy, that you have the tools to protect yourself. And imagine the return of sensation, of powerful blood flow, of the spontaneous, effortless strength that you thought was only a memory. Imagine the look in your partner's eyes when they see and feel that renewed vitality in you. This is not a pipe dream. This is the natural result of removing the obstacles that have been holding your body back. Your body wants to be powerful. It wants to be healthy. Your job is to create the conditions for that to happen. You have already taken the most important step. You have sought out the truth. You have armed yourself with knowledge. You have chosen to be the architect of your own health, not a passive observer of its decline. Now that you know how to reverse the physical damage caused by sitting, it is absolutely critical that you learn about the one spice, likely already in your kitchen, that has been clinically shown to help repair damaged blood vessels and boost nitric oxide from the inside out. I cover this powerful secret in my next video, which you should watch immediately. But before you click away, I want to ask you a question. What was the most surprising thing you learned in this video? Was it the idea that your chair could be physically crushing your nerves? Or was it one of the simple solutions I offered? Please take a moment and drop your answer in the comments below. I read every single one. And your comment might be the one that gives another man the courage to take his first step on this journey. Thank you for your valuable time and your trust. Remember, you have more power over your health than you have ever been led to believe. Take that power and use it.